Woo! Woo! John Stamos, you are
Jimmy.
the best. We have a lot to talk about. It is out. It is out today, officially. Your memoir. We talked about this.
Yes.
And now it's finally out. We can discuss things. We can talk
about so many things.
We can talk about so. First of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
How old?
42.
Wow, unbelievable. Congratulations.
I turned 60.
You turned 60 years old. That doesn't make sense to me.
Me either.
It doesn't make sense to you, no.
That's good.
I gotta say, this book, by the way, congratulations on the reviews that coming in. You're getting a lot of praise because you're very honest about things. Your sobriety, your divorce. It's got to be pretty tough to write a memoir in some way.
I never thought I'd write a book. It was the last thing on my mind, and they just kept asking. Then I was a father at 55, and then Bob Saget died, and so I thought, well, maybe I do have something to say. And so I started writing it, and as I was writing it, I discovered my story. I decided to write the two hardest chapters. The first chapter was this terrible, my lowest point where I got a DUI, and my 5 stages of grief there were like sex, drugs, alcohol. And then I wrote the second hardest, which I thought was the Bob Saget chapter. And by then my 5 stages of grief were health and therapy and family, and it was, I tried to figure out how I got there, but it was a good journey.
Amazing stories throughout the whole thing. I mean, what a crazy career that you've had.
I didn't think so. And when some start writing, it's like, the Beach Boys. But I wanted to find relatable issues. I was bullied, and that's,
that's the part. I love that stuff, but I also love, I'm a fan from General Hospital.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They wanted a street urchin, from New York. I'd never been to New York. I didn't know what a street urchin was.
Wait, so the audition for General Hospital,
it was like a street guy, Blackie Parrish,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I went to the library to see what street urchin was.
Street urchin.
But I figured, I love Travolta like you did, right?
I can't believe. Oh, he's the great. He's the great. John.
What's the matter with me? What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? Oh, he's the great.
He's the best, right?
He's the.
I love. So I figured I need a walk, for the Blackie character. And I drove around Hollywood, and I went to this one, Santa Monica Boulevard. I thought, this looks like New York, right? I borrowed my mom's leather jacket, and it was kind of a puffy I thought it was cool, but it was like this long, puffy jacket. I had feathered hair, sun in in my hair. Did you put sun in?
Yes, yeah. I did.
Because I was a Beach Boy,
Sun in, why not?
Yeah. And so I walked, I figured if I put, he helped me, because remember when he had but I wasn't very good, but hey,
I used to walk. Yeah.
I was showing me how. So I was trying to. First, I was like walking like this, and I heard a lot of "Go, you got it, girl." I was like, "Girl, okay." And then
Travolta kind
he's like, "Yeah." Oh. Right.
Yeah. And that got you the role.
Thank you. Huh?
And that got you the role?
No, they said stop moving around so much. Just say the lines.
They said stop.
Yeah, stop moving.
Yeah. How do you go from General Hospital to being in the Beach Boys?
That's a good question.
How do you play with the Beach Boys?
They were playing at a baseball stadium in San Diego, and my friend was in the band, and he said, "Now, when fun is over, get back there, and and they hang out, and then they go back to an encore, and then they leave. So that's the only time to meet them."
Yeah, if you want to meet them, that's what you do. Yep.
And so fun, and I said, "Okay, where do I go?" And I walked down to the field, and I was just on General Hospital, and I heard all this screaming, ah! I go, "What is that?" And I go, "Oh, it's for me." And all these cheerleaders started chasing me around the diamond like an idiot. I'm like running the bases.
They were running after you?
Yeah. And they were catching me because I wasn't a very good runner. I had skinny legs, these Jordache jeans, my feathered, I looked like I had like a dead crow on my head. And I'm running, and I look up, I'm on the Jumbotron, and these girls are, and I run, and there's a backstage that I ran in, they slammed the door, and these girls were screaming. I'm like, like that. And all the Beach Boys turned to look at me like, who's that weirdo, And I was sweating. But
John Stamos from General Hospital.
Well, my friend said, that's John Stamos. Mike Love said, do girls scream for him like that all the time? And he said, yeah. He said, get him on stage.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I played Bob Rand, and that was it. It was beautiful.
I will say that there's funny stories in here. There's some cool stories just for anyone that's growing up and you go, yeah, I can relate to that. But then there's also really touching stories. I want to say the last chapter is our friend, your really good friend, my good friend too, but you're more than me, but Bob Saget was your brother.
Yeah, and that was the last night that I saw him. And you never you know, you go to dinner, it was like, you never think it's going to be the last time you see the last picture. And Jimmy, he was like everything that I wanted Bob to be. He was calm, and, you know, he listened, and he was so sweet. And we were there with two girls, and we looked at each other, God, what did we do to get these beautiful wives? And it was just such a beautiful night. And, you know, you're always in a hurry in life, right? Oh, I got to go do this, I got to do that. Yeah. And, you know, we stayed. And when something like that happens, you kind of want to remember everything. And what did we eat? What did we do? And we ordered some cake, and we had some coffee, and we stayed longer than we normally would have, you know? And so if you have a chance, if you're with someone you love, someone you care about, stay a little longer, have the cake, have some coffee. And it was a beautiful night, and I'm, you know, it's hard without him.
Thank you for doing it, buddy. Thank you, bud. Thank you for coming on. Congratulations on the book. We love you, buddy. John Stamos, If You Would Have Told Me, is available everywhere right now.
Hey, hey.